Hi, my name is Bennett with Answers Not Excuses Fitness Training. Today is Trainer Tip Tuesday. What we're going to go over today is going to be an exercise called the sword. We can either use a band, and there's a couple different kinds of bands we can use for that, or we can use a cable machine. So you're going to be able to do this at home or at a gym. All right, so we have the option of using a cable machine or a band. I prefer these loop bands for this exercise. You can also use like different physical therapy type bands, the sheets you might have gotten from physical therapy if you've ever gone there or if you've seen those. This is going to be a little bit more user friendly. The reason that I prefer this over a cable machine is because you're not going to do a ton of weight on something like this. And depending on the cable machine, if you don't have a ton of resistance on there, it might lag. So when you pull on it, it might kind of catch or just might not be that smooth. Especially if you're just starting an exercise like this is going to be a much better option because of the resistance levels. And you'll be able to keep total tension that time, so it is a smoother operation. So you have a few different ways we could use a loop band like this. Again, even if this was just a single band and this wasn't a loop, we could also use that as well, just as well. But if you were to have a loop band, you could attach it to something lower. Now you could attach it to something like this, right? You probably don't have that. You could attach it to the bottom of a squat rack or any equipment, something like that. You could even just put it under a dumbbell that's heavy enough, that's across from you. If you aren't using an insane amount of resistance with this exercise, you shouldn't be. But what we're gonna do is loop that around here. Now, you also don't need a handle for this. You can easily just grab here. I have handles, so we're gonna use them. So I would just put that handle on there. Now, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw this handle from my side here and out. Now this is why it's called a sword, because it's like you're pulling out a sword, okay? So what we're focusing on here is basically you're drawing half an X with this arm that's gonna be coming across your body, and I'm gonna squeeze back and down my shoulder blade. So when I'm doing that, I'm gonna keep a little tension on this band to start with, and then I'm gonna keep my torso upright and I'm gonna squeeze back and down my shoulder blade. Okay, I'm gonna come back down and then I'm just gonna squeeze back and down my shoulder blade. So what's happening is I'm shoving my shoulder blade down as I do this, and I wanna do that so I can actually keep some stability there and actually activate the muscles that I need to activate. If I'm just doing this, I'm not gonna get it there and I'm not gonna open up my back. So from the other view, especially with something like this, you're just gonna flip sides, so I'm gonna need to face the other way anyway. So my outside arm is gonna be the one that's pulling across my body, and I'm gonna squeeze this back and down. So common mistakes that people are gonna make is they're gonna shrug too. They're gonna try to contort and get there. Or if I were to rotate so you could see better from the side view, they kind of like get here. This is not where we want to get. I want to be able to pull this all the way back and across. Now some people are too tight just in their spine to do that. This is something that's going to also help open you up there, but you're going to have to use a low enough resistance level to get to that point. So if you don't have a handle, you have a couple different options for that. I would typically grab a band, whether it's a loop or that flat band, palm face up. Palm face down here, you're gonna end up having to turn it anyway, so that's gonna make it feel a little awkward in your hand. You could stick a finger through here if it was a loop band, whatever you felt more comfortable with, but this isn't that slippery, so you're just gonna squeeze it hard. I'm gonna pull this up and over, squeezing back and down my shoulder blade again. Don't be afraid either with the band here to pull back across your body further than it goes. Now you don't want to just arch your back, but if I maintain upright with my torso and I pull the band into me, so instead of stopping here, I stop here, that's perfectly fine. That's actually better. So I hope you found that helpful, and that was Trainer Tip Tuesday.